Today, I'm going to show you a whole bunch of things you could do with vocals. Yeah, let's check it out. Now, the first thing I want to show you guys how to do is to make choir stacks. So let's see what we got here. I just got this basic default track right here. And I'm just going to hit duplicate one time so that I have two of them. And then I'm going to pan one of them hard left and the other hard right. And now all of a sudden we've created one pair. Now let me talk to you about these pairs. This is a really nice effect to do where you duplicate the exact same thing that you're gonna sing or play. You could do this with other instruments too. And you have one all the way on the left speaker and one all the way on the right speaker. And the end effect is this very wide surrounding effect. And also a very soloistic thing where each voice literally is coming out of its own speaker. It creates for a lot of spatial separation. Probably gonna end up singing more than one pair, so I'm gonna hit duplicate on this. Maybe so that I have 4 pairs. That should be a good place to start. And then I'm gonna take all of that and hit Command G and put all of that into a group. And we're gonna call this group choir. And let's go ahead and start to lay down some parts. Let me tell you a little bit more about my game plan. I'm gonna make an entire track using just vocals. But for now, just to start, I need a little bit of harmonic reference. So I'm just gonna put a quick piano chord progression down. Cool, so we got our foundation. So what I'm basically gonna do is I'm gonna recreate all the voices I did on that piano. So I'm gonna start with a low bass note. It's good to build your harmonies from the ground up. Now I've got this mic all ready to go here. And I'm gonna do a very casual, no headphone style. It actually works very, very well depending on the type of mic you have. Let's give this a go. Now you can see in the project here, I set up a loop around my chord progression. And I'm gonna use this loop to my advantage. So I'm gonna start the cue point towards the end of the loop and let it loop back around to where I need to start recording. Like this, here we go. Then you would hit record again to stop your recording at the end of that loop. And then you select the next channel. Now I could actually do this on the push as well, and pusher, so can you. You've got all the channels up here and you just hold down to arm a new channel. And now I'm gonna sing the same thing again. And notice that I'm using a ooh syllable. It's a darker, more fuller, warmer syllable. We might talk about some of the other syllables too, like ah, o, e, these kind of ones. They all have different timbres, different types of textures, brightnesses. Ooh is one of my favorite because it's very dark and round and warm. That's why we're starting with that one. All right, so we've got a left and right of this bass line part. Now I'm just gonna go up to the next chord voice. Since we're in the key of A flat here, I might start on a C. Let's see what that sounds like. I'm fine with that. On to the next voice. Nice, I like it so far. Very Lord of the Ringsy, it's like that hymn the dwarves sing in Peter Jackson's The Hobbit. All right, moving on to the next voice. So since I just started on the C, which was ooh, now I'm gonna start on the E flat, which is ooh, and let's just see where I get taken with that. Nice, now I duplicate it. Nice. And since I have room for one more pair, let's do one more set. So maybe this top one will be less triadic and I'll kind of just use more sustained suspension notes so we can get some more dissonances on some of the chords. Let's see what happens. Nice, I like that. One more time on the other side. just a quick little side piece of advice on singing. You always got to take a bigger breath than you think. Much more than the types of breath we take in our everyday walking around, eating, speaking life. You want to take a big, fill up those lungs like a balloon breath. Like that. And then you just disperse it very, very slowly and calmly. Do that with me. I can do that all day. Okay, so now we've got this beautiful choir. Let's give it a listen. Wow. I love that. All right, so just for the sake of organization, visually for my brain and for my soul, I'm gonna give each one of these pairs its own channel color. So it doesn't really matter what, but it'll just help me see the different parts very easily, distinguish which pairs are singing what voice. Yeah, just like that. Nice. And now we're just going to put some basic effects on the group, nothing crazy. Let's put a gate on to get rid of the quiet signals, and an EQ, which we'll use eventually, maybe not right away, and a glue compressor for like compression, and some reverb, and maybe that'll be it. Alright, first things first. So the gate isn't going to be doing much since it's just a pretty continuous signal, as it should be. Maybe for a little bit of EQing, we want to boost the high end. I always like to boost 10K. All of a sudden it became much more breathy, and which is nice. And especially when you stack a bunch of voices into a group like this, what happens is those low mids, the kind of, I mean, you can see it in this EQ here, basically 100 hertz to, it looks like maybe 600 or 700, start to really compound and build up. So we're going to scoop out some of those. Here we go. Nice. And maybe also get rid of the super lows. Okay, we got a choir part. What's next, you ask? Well, let's go ahead and duplicate that choir part because I want to keep that group of left and right spreads structure, but we're going to find something else to do with it. So for this one, we're going to do a super reverbed out type thing. And maybe this will just be a unison thing, so it won't have a bunch of harmonic parts, but it'll have some layers for sure. Here we go. I'm going to press play and I'm just going to see what comes to mind. And it's that easy when you create it at home. Don't overthink this stuff. I can work with that. So now I'm going to double that 3 more times, really make it real unison-y. Nice. I like where this is going. I've actually just been inspired to double the length of this harmonic phrase. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and punch a new set of chords for this last measure. And then we're going to keep building up on this phrase. So that was once a 2-measure phrase becomes a 4-measure phrase. Now this is going to be a great opportunity to show you another trick that I love to use, which is the punch tool in Ableton. So that's these 2 things right here. It's related to where you select your loop region. So I'm going to hit Command L to select this as my loop region. But then instead of having a loop on, I'm going to turn these on. This one here indicates that I'm dropping in a punch. And this means I'm going to drop out a punch. So where these lines here, here's where it's going to start to record me, and here's where it's going to stop recording me, no matter where you start the cue point. Here we go. Watch this. Yeah, how slick was that? I'm going to do it again. again. Just gonna keep building. And the next part. And the top voice. This is gonna be my wild card one. Hell yeah! So now I'm gonna punch the second half of my monophonic melody, which very soon I'm gonna wash out with reverb. Hang tight. Here we go. That's about as best as I could do. Yeah, I'll take that. All right, so now I'm gonna loop the whole region of what we have, and now I'm gonna apply that reverb to the new melody we just made, and let's see what happens with that sonically. Big heavy washout in the mix. Nice. A little bit of compression, stabilize the signal. And even a little bit of drive on the glue compressor to give it a bit of a fuzz. Nice, so we're gonna call this Ooh, and I'm gonna give this group a new color because it's different from choir. So now we've got these very nice, ambient, beautiful, wide textures going on. And I think now we gotta just have a nice lead in the center. Now I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really prepare a top line or any lyrics or anything, so it's gonna be pretty impromptu off the dome, nothing special. But I think we're all cool with that, yeah? You just gotta say what you feel, no matter what's on your mind. Don't you ever hold it back. You say what you gotta say. You just gotta say what you feel, no matter what's on your mind. Alright, so we've got the gate here. Don't you ever hold it back. Which especially is gonna help since we're doing this no headphone thing, so you can see there is a noise floor from the track bleed. Nice 10K boost. Not doing much else. Do a fast compression. Now, especially for my voice, I always end up having to de-S the top end. So we pull up a multi-band compressor, and we're just gonna compress up top. And remember, the difference between the yellow and the blue is actually how much gain is being reduced at your crossover. I'm using 3K. And maybe a bit of delay too. Cool. So now I'm going to duplicate this chorus group because I want to use the structure of what we have here. But instead of it being a big stack, I'm just going to do a left and right. And I'm just going to double certain lines of what I just sang. So maybe the second and fourth phrase. This one. Both of those. Here we go. The first one, let's get it. And I'm going to use that punch effect. And here we go. No matter what's on your mind. One more time. Mind. And now we're going to do these phrases here. You say what you say. Some compression for these. And maybe I won't do the mid scoop since it's just two voices. And also I won't go full hard left and right. I'll just do maybe 40 left and right. So that's a little bit of different spatial dimension. So now we have this cool unison-y effect where you get to surround your own lead, creating a very full-on front line of your voice. It's a very nice effect for hooks. So we're going to call this hook. Now, if you want to do even more layering and thickness to your lead, here's another effect that I actually do use sometimes. And that's where I'm just going to sing the exact same hook again, but I'm going to put on a separate channel that has tons of chorus on it, like this. Here we go. You just gotta say what you feel. Say what you gotta say. Say what you feel. And that's a nice effect too, really similar to the stereo hook thing we just did. It's a little bit more of a cheat, and it can be a little more discreet, especially if you mix it in subtly. We call this chorus, and this one's called lead. Let's get these different colors. I'm going to show you one more wild card thing to do with vocals, and it's kind of a cheat, but it's also kind of awesome. And this is for those of y'all that like to play with auto-tune. So here we go. I'm going to pull up auto-tune. Now notice the rest of this is just au naturel, but for this one, I'm going to really go hard with the auto-tune, and this is an F minor. And I make the retune speed be 0, none of this flex tune nonsense. And because it's going to just correct the hell out of what I sing, I'm just going to go really crazy with the squiggly stuff and just play around with some runs. Here we go. Alright, right off the bat, I'm not gonna lie, it sounds pretty annoying and Kanye-y, so we're gonna fix that by taking away the vocal quality of this and turning it into more of an instrumental sound. Let's see if we can achieve that. Yeah, I hate this right now. Gotta work on this. Lots of drive. Better. Okay, now we're talking. This is getting tolerable. It'll be more overdrive. And maybe some chords to give it some width. There we go. Okay, I don't mind that. And remember, my promise to you is going to be an all vocal track, so I'm going to officially mute the piano now. Here we go, muted. I'll do some arranging. No matter what's on your mind. And now let's listen. You just gotta sing what you feel. No matter what's on your mind. Don't you ever hold it back. You say what you gotta say. There you go. A whole bunch of really, really easy to do, super effective tricks you could do with just vocals. Enjoy all these tricks, and remember, songwriting should be that easy, fun, and flowy. It doesn't matter if you make an amazing song or if you make a terrible song that you might even just end up deleting. You're still gonna have a good time. You're still gonna learn a lot from the process. Enjoy that. And by the way, if you're a fan of this shirt, you could buy one at jonathanstein.com. So much love to y'all for watching. Stay Swiss.